let's do some stuff. So today we're going to practice doing different brush strokes and selecting, copying, and pasting regions. I'm going to be using a lot of circles today. So I'm going to use the shapes down at the bottom here. We got basic shapes. I'm going to use a circle. Feel free to use any shape you wish. I'm going to do, I guess, that size here. What I want to do is make a selection of this shape. So I'm going to do select, and that gives me my marching ants. And I've now selected a region. Select a brush of your choosing. I'm going to steer clear of vector brushes for now just because we've got a lot of experience with those. Let's mess around with some of the pixel brushes. I'm going to try the Comics Halftone 5 here. I'm going to set my flow to 100 and my color to, I don't know, maybe a little purple, and I don't know, something like a dark purple here. Now that I've made a selection, when I go to paint, it's going to be restrained to that area and stay nice and neat inside of that circle. Now I'm going to hit deselect at the bottom and move on to my next circle. I'm going to make 3 circles of different types of brushes. So I'm going to move my circle over now, and I'm going to hit select again. I'm going to get my marching ants back and pick a new brush. Let's try Crackle. I'm going to change the color to a nice orange maybe, and check my flow. I might do a little less flow this time and experiment with that. So again, we're constrained to this circle area here. I'm going to kind of fill it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hit deselect at the bottom, get me out of this region, go back to my shapes and move over and do one more. Select, new brush. Let's get out of comics maybe and try some effects. Let's go with a little, I don't know, ink stains, how about? Let's try that. Let's check our color. I'm going to go with a nice teal here and darken it up a little bit. Bring my brush into this region and fill up the circle. Remember, I can hide that layers panel by tapping on the top right here. Get it out of my way. I like that. Now let's have some fun with our circles and slice them up a little bit and practice making selections. So I'm going to hit deselect at the bottom, and I'm going to go back to my circle tool and go a little bit smaller. What I'd like to do is swap out some of the insides of these circles with each other of the same size. So I'm going to select a small section of this purple circle and then transform. And I'm just going to pop it up here for now and hit done. I'm going to hit deselect and go back to my circle tool and move over to my orange circle here. Select, transform, and move it up here for now. And then go back to my circle tool, go to my little teal circle here, select, transform. Oops, I need to deselect first. I see common error that I was making is I've actually got 2 circles selected right now. I've got my teal circle and my orange one, so they wanted to move as a team. So I'm going to make sure I hit deselect again there. Go back to my circle tool and do select. Now it looks like I've only selected that teal region, and I'm going to transform that up here. And what I'd like to see on your final product is just do a little mix and match of the cores of these circles. And you can use the little nudge arrows here to get them perfectly lined up with one another. Now to select those, I'm going to hit deselect here. To select these other circles at the top here, I could go back to the circle tool and try and grab an exact selection here. Or I could just do myself a favor and go a little bit bigger with my gray circle and select that whole area because the pixels behind it should be transparent, and we'll transform that into place maybe here. I'm going to nudge it with the little gray arrows just to get it exactly where I want it. And I'm going to hit deselect, and then I'm going to go back to my circle tool once more and grab this whole region of this purple core here, select all of that, transform it down into my teal circle, nudge, 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 into place, and I'm going to click done. So what I'd like to see from you folks is something like this, some shapes with different brushes used inside of them, making a selection and then constraining your brush inside of that shape, and then using some other shape selection tool. I used circles throughout, but you can be more creative if you wish, and then swap out the inside of that shape with the look of another inside of another shape. That proves to me a few things. One, that you know how to make selections. Two, you can use shapes effectively. You're learning how to copy and paste. Three, so a lot of great concepts that you can practice here, and it looks kind of cool. Good luck. Show me something.